they asked me if that was the name of the gym. They're like, what's the name of your gym? Fit 8? And I was like, no, it'd be the stupidest name for a gym. StrongSide's so much better. Oh look, we're live.
Sweet. Anybody on?
No. It'll tell you how many like people are on there, but what we were running into before is I'm gonna have to get on to like see the comments.
Oh, you can't see it on there?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why people wouldn't, or I couldn't see people's comments before.
Alright, Facebook. Fix yourself.
What's up, world?
What's up, guys?
We'll give it a couple minutes, well, not a couple minutes, but a minute or two before we get rocking and rolling here. And this is gonna be just like last week's. I think it was last week.
Yep.
Seems like so far ago. Feel free to comment anything you want, and we'll answer those questions throughout the deal. So you can comment any questions you have anytime you want. We'll answer them, and there's that. Hope you guys are having a good day today. Is everybody having a good Friday? Give it a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up if you're having a good Friday.
Anybody? One thumbs up? Anybody?
We can't see that on here, but I'm gonna trust that it's being done.
Let's see.
And I really feel like we need like a stage light.
Four people are on.
I have the lights from when we did all the Zoom stuff. It was because it was a media production in here.
Hey, Julie's on. Hey,
What's up, Julie?
5 people on.
Sweet. We'll give it, I don't know, one more minute, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. I hope you guys are ready for the man show today, because all the ladies, they're just not here today. They got stuff going on. So it's Mitchell and Matt's man hour.
Man hour. I like it. Eminem.
Yeah. What, this?
Your laptop on this thing.
Yeah. Hey, all right, we're going to be going like 30 seconds. I'm going to take a picture of our setup right now and
pretty
post,
legit.
and post it in the comments. I'm going to show you how all successful companies are made. And then after this, we'll get rolling. Oh, why won't it let me put the picture up? This is not working. All right.
That's it.
Maybe I can see comments now. I'll put the picture up after this. All right, man. Let's get rocking and rolling. All right, here's what we're gonna do. First off, you guys all met Coach Matt. You have to. There's no way.
I hope so.
Yeah, or you just haven't been coming to the gym. That's what's been going on. All right, so here's what we really want to do. Is the last Friday of every month, we want to do this Facebook Live. And I want to start taking the Facebook Live and even roll it into a podcast format. We've been wanting to do a podcast for a while, but like the content, like there's so many people out there doing like gym shows or fitness and nutrition shows, and maybe it rolls into that one day. I don't know, but I think it would be really great to have a podcast format of the team members here at StrongSide just giving you information and valuable information and letting it roll into other things. So this is where we're at right now. This is where we're gonna go with it. And we're definitely gonna do the last Friday of every month. And the goal is to have the as much of the team here as we can. Like we said, it's Mitchell and Matt's man hour today. But we want to get more and more of the team so you can see more and more of people's roles and they can talk about what they're responsible for and things that we have going on. All right. So you guys know that we're going to talk a lot about WODify. I want to go over a couple things first. I got my little note list over here. All right, number one is Amped in the Park, all right? So this is gonna be August 15th. We were supposed to do it earlier, but then it got pushed back a little bit, but now it's 100% game on August 15th. Starting next week, you're gonna see all the information roll out for this. If you've never been to one, they're out of control. They're really, really fun. In downtown Woodstock, where the Woodstock Aquatic Center is, where the amphitheater is, that's what we get. We get the whole amphitheater, we get the whole field. We put on a legit workout all morning. This is the 3rd time that we've done this. Nobody's ever been invited to come back as many times as we have because they enjoy the service that we provide. And we allow everybody to scale everything out. We allow you to bring friends and kids and just, we do it up, right? Me and Amber have been gaming out how we're gonna do this thing. We wanna blow it up even bigger than July 4th. We want to give you something to get involved with, something to bring your kids to, something to bring your families to. You're gonna get a great workout. DJ Mikey's going to be there. We're trying to bring in even more of the inflatable stuff that we brought last time. We're going to have a booth with games. You can bring your buddies. We're going to be giving away VIP 7-day passes. We got a bunch of stuff going on. But it's Saturday morning, August 15th, and totally free. Bring everybody you know, bring everybody you don't know. You're going to see a whole lot of information about that, and we get that whole field, that whole amphitheater. All right, so look, that's also going to come into an email format as well. All right, what else we got going on? Shirts and Nutrition Challenge shirts. All right, hey, way to go on pre-ordering your shirts. That had to be a record of how many we pre-ordered. Holy cow. The shirts are done. It's already been ordered, done. Now we just wait for them to come in. If you pre-ordered your shirt, awesome. That just guarantees that you get what you want. We are ordering a bunch extra to carry in store. Our goal is to never run into the problem that we have right now, where there's not any shirts in store. So that should be solved. But if you pre-order, it always guarantees, like if you're a certain size and maybe that size is really popular and it sells out really quick, where our goal is to change every season. So like in fall, we want to have another line, so on and so forth. So that's what you got looking forward to. If you did the nutrition challenge, so we had a nutrition challenge with about 75 people right before the whole Corona thing, all right? And then when that happened, the shirt company shut down, like manufacturers shut down, we couldn't get shirts. They are on this order, okay? They're coming, we got you, and you'll be like in your goal size, right? So there's that. Mary Beth said, what time? I'm assuming you're talking about Amp in the Park, 9 a.m., all right? So 9 a.m. is the time of the workout. That was a really good question. Survey. All right, so here's our deal with surveys is we're going to try to roll into quarterly surveys. I feel like you guys really enjoyed the survey that we sent out last week, and we feel like doing it every month or every 6 weeks is not enough time for us to receive that information or to implement enough change for you to even say if it was good, right? So we're gonna start doing surveys every quarter. We wanna hear from you as much as we can with time to implement the feedback that we get. But based on the last survey, we are gonna send you another one, getting into a little bit more about schedule, because I don't know what's about to happen next week. I have no idea. When is it cool for you to come to the gym? Our whole goal is to just create a schedule and a platform that allows you to come at the best times for you and your life. That's what we're here for. We're not here for us, we're here for you. So it would be the best goal to have a schedule that works for you, all right? So there's that. Oh, and we'll send a survey about the music and stuff too. I know a lot of you guys wanted unedited gangster rap, right? Is that what you wanted?
And no Kesha.
Yeah, and extra Kesha. All right, so here's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna turn part of this over to Coach Matt for a little bit. We're gonna ping pong back and forth. One thing that I wanna talk about is the programming. So we're gonna talk about the programming focus heading into August. I bet we'll talk about this for a couple minutes. I bet every single month, like we said, we wanna do this on the last Friday of every month. And then we're gonna go talk about WODify and dive into that and all the cool sexiness that you can do with WODify. It's really neat. Believe it or not, we actually put a lot of focus and attention to detail in our programming. So before Matt talks about what our focuses are going to be going into August, just to kind of give you an idea of what our coaches receive here today. This happens every Friday, but every Friday, everything is put together and sent to all of our coaches, all of our team a week ahead of time. They know every session. They know every schedule. They know the timeline of all of our classes, our general scaling terms. Our coaches are coaches because they're amazing and they can articulate movement and they communicate really, really well. But what we do is we try to have the same experience from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. So we want everything pretty streamlined the whole day. They come in every single day knowing what's going on. All right, so this isn't anything new. I want you guys to trust the system, and I want to be open with how much thought we put into the system. Yana said Sunday classes. I can tell you this. So Sundays are coming. I'm actually trying to get another yoga instructor in here and got another interview with them. We're definitely going to be doing yoga on Sundays, and then we're going to try to add a class before that so we can go class into yoga. So that's the plan. I just can't snap my fingers. Because good people are hard to find. This dude is ridiculous to find, but so there's that. So I'm gonna turn it over to Matt. Cool. He can talk about programming focus, what we're gonna be working on in July.
All right.
August.
So going into August, what you guys are gonna see, so we're gonna be switching over to WODify, as you guys know, starting next Monday. So starting next Monday, what you're also going to see is the beginning of August. So just like most programs, you're gonna have little waves. So those waves, every month, you're gonna have kind of a focus. The next month's focus is, guess what? Everyone's asked for it. You guys are gonna get it back. Is you guys are going to get some barbells, all right? We're going to kind of do a strength cycle, the Windler cycle. If you guys are familiar with it, that is what we are doing. A Windler S cycle. So next week, what you're going to see is a lot of 2 reps. Then the week after, you're gonna see 4 reps. And then at the end of the month, a 6 rep, and then retesting the 2 at the very end. So next week, going into it, you're gonna also have a benchmark workout called DT. So that's at the very later end of the week. That's on Friday. So be ready. We're gonna have DT Friday. Other week we did Fran Friday. So now we're gonna have DT Friday. If you guys are familiar with DT, it's my favorite workout, and it did not take me 25 minutes like the other workouts did. So that's what we're gonna do Friday. And the cool thing about these benchmark workouts and going into WODify and all these lifts is you're now gonna be able to track that. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, your programming, like what he's talking about, your programming is built out about 3 weeks ahead of time. And what we try to do is we try to say, okay, this is what we're gonna do for the 45, for the 60, whatever, about 3 weeks ahead, so we can shift things along the way. So Windler programming, it's just the dude's last name, Jim Windler. He's a really smart guy. We've done Windler programming for years, but it's a method that allows you to take percentages of your 1 rep max. So the idea would be to know, let's use your squat for an example. The interesting part would be to know how much you can squat, and then work on percentages around that week over week over week to progress it so you can get better at it. So rather than just picking up a bunch of weight and squatting it up and down a few times, being able to say, okay, I do this much weight on this day for this many reps. Next week, I'm gonna do this much weight, this many times for this many reps. And WODify, like he's saying, will allow you to see that.
Yeah, WODify will also give you kind of an estimate of what, let's say like next week, we're doing a 2 rep. So once you put your 2 rep score in, it will then tell you what you should try to hit for a 4 rep. Now you can either match that or try to beat that. That's all up to you guys.
And first off, DT, like he's saying, is amazing. It's a hero workout. It's all barbells. And the reason benchmarkers are so important, I'm not saying you got to live and die by them, but this fitness is really broad, right? Like we're lifting and we're running and we're doing gymnastics and we're doing all these things. With it being that broad, your test should not be linear. So linear would be, hey, I'm gonna jump on boxes, I'm gonna run, I'm gonna jump rope, I'm gonna row, but I'm only gonna test my fitness in a back squat. Well, wait a minute, you're doing all these other things. So what if you had a test that involved a barbell and some gymnastics? Or what if you had a test that it was running and a rower? I don't know, I'm making this up. And you kept it the same. And then every time you did it, you just tried to get better at it, just like running a mile. That's what Matt's talking about, is we're gonna have another benchmark on Friday. You'll be able to log it in WODify, and then over time, you'll be able to see how well you do. And what you'll notice is that's how we communicate. I don't think me, Matt, any other coach here is coming up to you, and not this is a bad way to do it, but say, hey, set goals on how thin you can be. I mean, that's cool, but it's a byproduct of your work, right? Like if you could do so much work in a little amount of time, you'd probably look the way you want to look and feel the way you want to feel. So we actually try to measure the work over anything else.
And the cool thing is with WODify, they have another section. So let's say DT, for example, RX, or as prescribed, is 155 for guys, and what is that, 105 for ladies?
Yeah.
105 for ladies. So the cool thing is they have a comment section. So once you guys do that workout, let's say you didn't do 155 or 105, perfectly fine. The comment section is you guys can go in, be like, man, today wasn't feeling it. Write how you feel, and then in that comment section, write how you feel, and then write the weights that you use. So maybe you did 75 pounds, and then after you're like, yeah, I went a little too light. Write that in the comment section, so that the next time you see that benchmark or whatever it may be, you guys know maybe, oh, I can go a little bit heavier. Oh, I can push it. Oh, I wasn't feeling good as well. So that's the cool thing about WODify. Not only can you track weights, you can also write how you're feeling as well in that comments.
And those comments, by the way, are automatically set to private unless you go in and click it. Like you actually have to go in. Like I did mine. I made everything on mine public just because I don't care. So you go in and you have to like touch it so you can see it. That'd be kind of weird. Like I'm super hungover. Like okay, and like everybody sees that. Okay, so there's that. As far as programming goes, anything else or?
That's really, I think all we had was programming, and then like we're still gonna see the 60. So you're gonna have the 60 on there. You're gonna have the 45. You guys are gonna still be able to see all that. You're gonna be able to see the compete program. That's all gonna still be on WODify. We're gonna go away from Zen Planner, so everything on Zen Planner is gonna go away, and then you're gonna see the whole program, and you'll just have to click the drop-down menu.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and just talk about that. So if you guys have any comments, put them here. It's working this week. I don't know why it wasn't working last week. We can see all of your comments, so we will try to add all those up and comment on them at the end of this video. But Now what we're gonna do is go through all the talking points that we had about WODify. So what I'm gonna do is talk about what the difference is between WODify and Zen Planner, the athlete app and the other apps and stuff. And then Matt's gonna start talking about leaderboards. We'll kind of ping pong back and forth with that a little bit. All right, so Zen Planner and WODify are literally the same thing. They're competitors with each other. We've always used Zen Planner since we opened, and the main reason for that, so we opened in 2013, so coming up on 7 years. The only reason that we really use Zen Planner is because at the time, WODify, at least in my opinion, was not up to standards on the business practices. So whenever you see these, what a lot of people think is that it's just for the front end user, it's just for the member. And these systems do all the financials for the business, and they draft everybody's credit cards, and they run all your analytics, they do all your account management. So it's actually like a really big deal. It's more than just like a cool app. And WODify has drastically upped their game, and they made it a lot easier to use, and they made it a lot easier for everybody to communicate, and to the point where I was like, yeah, dude, I'm sold. Let's get on board. So as far as, is it something new? Not really. It's just like, I don't know, you shop at Kroger and one day you decide to shop at Publix. Like, I don't know, like it's just, they both sell chicken, man. It's just whatever you feel is the best grocery store for you, right? It's the exact same thing. So you don't have anything to worry about there. And all your account information, that's why we had to wait till August 1st, was because we had to load everything over. So Ashley's been working around the clock on that. Shout out to Ashley, to get all your account information loaded over to WODify. So you should not see anything any different. And there's that. A really neat feature with WODify. This is what's really cool. So we're doing this video right now on Facebook, right? But not all of our members have Facebook. A lot of them actually don't. You'd be really interested to see how many people have deactivated their Facebook through whatever is going on in Facebook world, right? So we're not able to touch everybody or communicate it with everybody on Facebook. Then it's like, well, what if you don't have time? Like, you have time to watch this video right now. What if somebody forgets? What if you got to cut off halfway through? That's one reason we want to take this and like strip it into a podcast format. But how are we going to communicate with everybody when we're like, hey, July 4th, we're going to do a workout. Oh, you didn't know? You weren't on the Facebook group? No, I don't have Facebook. Like, or I didn't see it, right? So there's all these different apps. So you guys may have seen this last night, so I'm just going to show this to you. You see all those little WODify apps? This is my cool lion, by the way, on my phone. But all you need to know is there's 5 different WODify apps, right? So one of them is, so let's see, WODify POS. Somebody asked what that was. It is not piece of something, but so it's just point of sale. So we're not 100% going to use it yet, but it could make instant purchasing a lot easier. Like if you just want to pay cash for a Fit 8 or something like that, that's just what that is. I'm not really interested in that right now, maybe, but it's a neat option. What I'm really interested in is things like WODify Arena. So we did the intramural competition in March. We're gonna have our next intramural competition in October. What'll happen is, instead of like what we did before, you gotta email Ashley, you gotta sign up for this, you gotta get emailed like all your heats and stuff like that. Nope, you're just gonna be able to go on the app, whether you have Facebook or not, it doesn't matter. You go on the app, you sign up for it, it will automatically seed you and your team in your heat. You'll be able to see all the workouts and all the events. There's also an instant judging platform. So right after the workout, when your score is uploaded, you'll be able to see your score or your time. It's gonna show you what position you're in, how many points you have. You'll be able to streamline all that. We're also going to start working with a company called Live Loud. That's not right now, but in the future. And we'll be able to see not only scores like globally, if we did a workout like DT that can be seen all over the place, or let's say one day there was 2 strong sides, or there was just a whole bunch of people that you didn't know. Like, think of any scenario that you can think of, right? You'll be able to see everybody's scores if you're interested in that. That's a big win. If you're not interested, you don't have to use it at all. I'm just saying that that's another thing. You have I'm looking at my cheat notes over here. You have WODify Rise. So I'll give you another example. Let's look at Matt likes this a lot. Let's look at the nutrition challenge that we did. We did a great nutrition challenge, and we did send out weekly emails, and we did videos, and we try to do a lot. But if you're not on Facebook, if you're not a big emailer, it was kind of hard to keep in contact with you all the time. There's some people that just don't want to do that. That's not how they like to communicate. Well, this app is going to allow us to do everything. It's going to allow us to push all of our content there. We can recycle the content there. All of your stuff, like your weight, your measurements, your tracking tools, recipe guides, all that can live inside that WODify Live. You look like you want to say something.
No, you're good.
No, I thought you were getting pumped out. That's your favorite
WODify
one.
Rise is actually really cool. You can run a lot of challenges, nutrition challenges, keeping yourself accountable for the gym, whatever it may be. WODify Rise communicates all that to you guys, and there's like a leaderboard that you guys can see. Everything is on there for you guys for those challenges.
And then WODify Core. So I'm not 100% on this yet. Here's the idea that I like about it, because a lot of you guys are going around seeing there's multiple different WODify apps. I cannot fit in this camera.
Sorry, it's just my lap.
No, it's just, your laps are so big. So the WODify core is really interesting. That allows for heart rate training. So here's the deal with that. Here's what I'm interested in. I'm not making any promises. I'm just going to tell you. I'm glad Coach Alex that did the nutrition challenge says WODify Rise sounds cool. I'm glad you like it, man. All right, so, but here's what I'm interested with the heart rate tracking. I'm not interested in like making it some giant component of StrongSide that changes our business model that you have to do heart rate tracking, all right? What I am interested in is that there's a lot of times that the majority of the people in class have Apple watches and you have heart rate monitors, and I will often see people stop the workout. So they will stop the workout, which is actually the thing that gets them the result that burns the calories. They will stop it to play with their watch and make sure that it's counting the calories that they're not burning because they're stopping the workout. Like, I don't really care. Like, what that tells me is that you're so interested in the watch and so motivated on the heart rate tracking and so interested on burning calories that you would like a platform that is conducive with StrongSide to be able to log in, track your heart rate, see which zone you're in and how many calories you burn. And if we can offer that to you, I would love to offer that to you. It's not going to change. We're not going to be doing classes where we're asking you to stay in a heart rate zone, because that doesn't go with our core beliefs of what we actually believe drives real fitness. It doesn't mean that it's wrong or hogwash. It's just not, I want you to know we're not changing our business model. It would just be a neat offering to have for you. So that's where we're at on that. And that's just something that I would like to do. What do we got next on the note sheet? All right, athlete tracking and leaderboard. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lead into it, and then I'm going to give it over to Mr. WODify expert here, because he's got a lot of experience with WODify. Here's where we're at with tracking and record boards. So we've tried a lot, and what I tried to express in our last Facebook Live was that we don't make decisions just based on like our opinion and stuff, and oh, maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. It comes from screwing up a lot and making really large mistakes over a very long period of time. All right, so we have messed up a lot. I just, if you've been here since StrongSide 1.0, thank you, because you've seen a lot of the screw ups. Not that we're not screwing up right now, but here's what I mean by that. We went through the whole leaderboard phase. We used to have record boards in the gym. We used to go through testing cycles, and at the end of every mesocycle, we would go through a 1 to 2 week testing cycle. You'd know your benchmarks or your testing workouts ahead of time. We had a 20 to 24 square block up in the gym, where you'd have your top 5 males and top 5 females and their scores. We'd have you write your scores on the board every day. Yep, did it. All the typical, like, grungy gym type stuff. I'm not saying it's bad. What I'm saying is the problems we ran into were that people would not write their scores on the board because they felt like they did bad. Or somebody would get like a really good squat and somebody else would go, well, yeah, but they squat all the way down, or like whatever. And we just saw that all we were doing was breeding negativity. We were breeding an unhealthy atmosphere of competition, where it became less about competing with yourself and more about competing with others, and it became more about judgment and less about fitness. And people started becoming really insecure with the effort that they could give and the output that they could grind through. And it became more about, oh, I just gotta, even if I shave the reps, I wanna get a really good time. And I was like, that's not what we're trying to do. And it wasn't the system, it was the culture and the atmosphere. So I don't want to broadcast it in the gym and force you to write your scores on a board or force you to have this platform or anything like that. But if you want it, I want to give it to you. Meaning that if you want the option to go into WODify and record your scores, if you want to make it public, and if you want a leaderboard, and you want something where you have to physically go to see your score and where you rank, I'm cool with that. I just don't want to put it up in the gym where you walk in, you feel like a piece of garbage if you don't have the best score in the gym. So I want to turn over to Matt. What are they tracking? How do they track it? How do they review it? And what's the cool thing about it?
So the cool thing is
you scoot in, because your laps are bigger than mine.
So what's going to happen is with the leaderboard, with tracking, let's start with tracking. So what exactly are you tracking? Like, for example, today's workout was you complete 5 rounds for time and you rest 30 seconds in between each round. When you were done with the 5 rounds, that was your time. Now on WODify, what you can do is, like, let's say, for example, you got done with today's workout at 23 minutes, all right? You could go in, be like, I did this workout in 23 minutes. There'll be a nice little button that says RX. RX means you did everything that as written on the board. Now, if you scaled, which is fine, and you finished the workout or even didn't finish the workout, you could still go in, and again, the comment section, you could put that in there. And then what will happen is that section will go then to a leaderboard. And again, I don't want you to even call this a leaderboard. Just call it like a board that everyone's just tracking their scores. It's just public, it's out there. Don't get lost in what other people are doing, all right? Just like when you guys come in, when you're doing the workout, you're not worried about what Joe Schmo is doing right next to you. You're just worrying about yourself. And that's what I want you guys to take away from this leaderboard is you're just focusing on yourself, focusing on your fitness, because just in case a workout like this happens again, you can be like, oh, we did that. It'll say we did this workout on, what's today, the 31st of July. You could go back and be like, oh, I did this workout on the 31st of July. Let's see what I did. All right. Oh, I used a 25-pound kettlebell. Cool. Let's maybe next time I can maybe use the 35-pound kettlebell. That's the cool thing about tracking these workouts. Another example, let's say on Monday, I believe we have a push press, 2-rep push press. So when we do that 2-rep push press, what's gonna happen is, let's say I hit a 100-pound push press, 2 reps. I can go into WODify, put in 100 pounds, right? I then, next time push press comes around, it will then give me this weird little like line graph thing that I can touch or not hit on your touch phone, desktop, whatever you're using, hit it, and it'll give you kind of your percentages, what you should hit for maybe a 5-rep, what you should hit for a 10-rep. It will base that off of the lift that you just did. So that's the cool thing about the tracking. The tracking will keep you, one, accountable, so you're not like, oh man, I have to write everything down in this notebook. The notebook can go away. WODify can do all of that for you and kind of give you a guesstimate of future lifts of what you should be able to do. Then, whenever we get to a workout like DT, let's say for DT, for example, it's 155 pounds for guys, 105 for ladies. It's 5 rounds, right?
Yep.
5 rounds, it's 12, 9, 6 is the rep scheme. 12 deadlifts, 9 hang power cleans, 6 push jerks. It's 5 rounds, super fun. So your time is just whenever you get done. So that right there, let's say I get done in 10 minutes, all right? 10-minute DT, super good. I RX'd it, I did it 155 pounds. Cool. My goal next time is probably to do 155 again, because that's RX or as prescribed. And then my goal is to go, maybe do it a little bit faster. But now I have that number in my head. Oh, I did it in 10 minutes. Let me try to do under 10 next time. So that's the cool thing about the tracking. I don't want anyone to get lost in the leaderboard aspect of it, because the only person that matters is you, right? You're the only one that you're caring about. You care about like what your friends are doing, but don't get lost in that leaderboard. All right. So I'm going to turn it back over to Mitchell, and Mitchell might ask me some questions, and we'll go from there.
So this is a real question. If I get on there,
yeah,
and I do like my push press max,
yep,
and then I do it again,
mm-hmm,
is it gonna give me that same like? Is it like a purple, like that line graph?
Yeah, it'll give you kind of like, if you do the same, it'll give you another line graph that says, oh, you did 100 pounds here, and then the next time you did it, let's say you do 100 pounds, it's just going to give you a nice little line so that you stayed exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it'll give you the date of which you did it on as well.
All right, that's cool. So like all your tracking can live there for everything that you do. And you don't have to use any of this. These are just value adds, all right? All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about how to reserve and all that. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to get you as much information as possible before like any of this reservation stuff happens. That way you feel really prepared for it. All right, so here's the deal. So Zen Planner will officially die probably going into like September, but you won't even notice it after the first week in August. You just need to be living on WODify. It'll start cleaning up more and more, and it'll look a little bit fancier and fancier, but you just need to get really prepared to always reserve classes and always check in with WODify. So here's what we have to do. We have to manage how many people are in the room. Absolutely. So there's the obvious reason, and then there's the not obvious reason. So like we are legit trying to figure out how to manage our capacity. So if we put too many people in the room, the workout, it can't even operate. Like if we just say, hey, everybody show up, and there's 25, 35 people in a class setting, We literally do not have enough equipment to operate the class. We cannot buy any more equipment right now. Like, that's not even a joke. Like, if you don't believe me, go to I don't have some special account.
He bought my rower.
Yeah, I bought his rower. Like, I can't get anything. I guess I could get like junk stuff, but we don't want to do that. So Rogue isn't even shipping equipment. It's not even an option, right? So you can't even get any equipment. We don't have enough equipment to operate it. Anything over about 22 people, I know Matt feels the same way. I have no idea what's going on inside the room. We actually like can't provide the service. And then you run into days like the other day, 4 of our classes in a row at maximum capacity. Great. Until 15 people show up when it capped at 20. Or we ran into a problem on a couple Saturdays where classes are capped at 20 people and the classes are full and you get here and 10 show up. It's a big problem. It's a big problem because the class said it was full all morning and the day before. So you can't run over because then you disrespect the system and the room can't even operate. You can't provide the offering that you're trying to do. And then it's not really right to fill up all these classes and then just say, hey, if you show up, you show up, right? So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna spell all this out right now. We're gonna send an email communication on how we're gonna get this done. We're gonna follow that up with another set of email communication. And in the beginning of every single class next week, every single class, all day, every single day, we will be doing the exact same speech. So if you come 5 times, you're gonna hear it 5 times. If you come 10 times, you're gonna hear it 10 times, or if you can only make it 1 time, at least you will hear it that 1 time. We told you that when COVID happened and we were like, hey, we're gonna go into this check-in system, then honestly, we were kind of behind the 8 ball here. Like, it is not out of the norm for any gym to do a check-in system. And I'm not talking about like CrossFit or CrossFit-esque. I'm saying Orange Theory, SoulCycle, Bar 3, Pilates. Think of anything, more than likely they have a check-in system that they have to do to reserve their classes. We've just never really done that. So to us, that wasn't anything new. Now, part of that is because a lot of their business models are built on packed classes. Like an Orange Theory has to have about 25 people in the room for it to be a profitable class, where you guys know that that's not ours. We're actually trying to do less people and provide a really good service, all right? So we are gonna have to stick to these 20 people class caps. And we've kind of said that since we got started with this whole deal, because we feel like that's the number that we can provide a really good service. We can do any workout involving any amount of equipment. We can see what's going on, and we can actually coach you and have eyes on you to give you the service that you want inside that. So here's what's going to happen. The classes will cap at 20. I'm totally backwards here. The classes will cap at 20. A really neat feature with WODify is it now has a wait list to it. Now, if I miss any pieces with this, Matt can follow it up, but there's gonna be a wait list option, all right? This will really kick into play starting, I think it's August 7th or 8th, whatever Monday that is. But let's say the class fills at 20 people. You can sign up to be on a wait list after that. It's gonna tell you what spot you are. You're first on the wait list, you're second on the wait list, whatever. And if somebody unreserves that time, then you're gonna get a notification. I'm not 100% sure if it's gonna be text or email yet. Hopefully it's text, letting you know that, hey, this spot is available. You'll have a certain window, like 15 minutes or something like that, to say, I would like to take that spot, okay? Great. That eliminates the part of the problem of classes being full and not everybody showing up, right? Okay, so there's that. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. There's the waitlist feature. Okay, cool. Now here's what's gonna happen is we have to control it to make sure that we don't just have everybody flood it and then unreserve it, all right? So there's gonna be a time window. I think we're kind of settled on 1 hour. So let's say the class starts at 10 o'clock. You will be allowed to reserve and then unreserve up to 1 hour ahead of time. We feel like that gives enough time for if anything's gonna go on in your life where you're like, nope, definitely can't make the gym, that 1 hour window, you could go in, you could unreserve the class, and then it would send a ping notification to whoever's next on the waiting list. They accept it or decline it, it just rolls down. Inside that 1 hour window, if you unreserve or if you no-show, there's gonna be where am I at? There's gonna be a $5 surplus charge to your account. I don't wanna charge you $5. That's not the goal. Dude, Orange Theory does it, SoulCycle does it, anybody who's doing check-in systems does it. I do not wanna charge anybody $5. That's not the goal. The goal is that we just have to organize the class capacity. I know that everybody goes, isn't that so awesome that all your classes are full and there's so many people in the gym? Every blessing comes with its own like issues and problems that you got to take care of. And we want to make sure that everybody feels respected. And if you come in and the class caps at 20 and you start counting and there's 24 people in here, what do? You go, well, this system's junk. Why are all these people here? I checked in, whatever. It breeds bad morale. And that's definitely not what we're trying to do. And then flip-flop with, like I said, the other way, 20 people check in, 15 show up, and you're like, dude, I've been waiting to get into this class for hours. Okay, we're trying to just create mutual respect. So that $5 will just be added into your account, and it will go on your bill for the next month. So if you reserve classes and you no-show for 3 of them, there'll be $15 added to your account at the end of the month. You do get 1 freebie. All right. One freebie. All right. And all this is automated. We're just basically hitting the go button on WODify, and then it's handled and done. All right. So let's say that this is starting August 8th or something like that. We're giving you a whole practice week next week.
August
practice week. Is it August 10th? Okay, great. We're giving you a whole practice week. And then let's say the first day you're like, crap, I'm 5 minutes away from the gym and I can't because, I forgot something, whatever. And you no-show for that class, $0. You're not going to be charged. It's just after that one. And again, it's just so we can have accountability on all measures, all right? There is going to be coming a point where we're going to try to do a 3-point check-in system, all right? And it's not going to inconvenience you. Actually, what we're trying to do is to try to make this easier for you, and we're trying to make it more streamlined. So my job here, before turning it back over to Matt, is just to make you aware of the situations that we're looking at, and we're trying to solve as many problems to make it as easy for you as possible. And that 3-point check-in system is going to be that you're going to reserve class before you come, which you already do. This is not any different. It's not any different. You already do this, okay? Then when you come here, we want to make sure that we actually check you in. Because number one, what we're actually going to start moving to in the next month or two is we want to create, you guys already know that after so many check-ins, you get like rewards, like 25 check-ins, you get a fit aid. We want to try to create a check-in system that is that's at a high enough amount where if you came a lot of times per week, you could hit it every month. So every month you'd be getting like a little award email. I'm not saying you're going to get a prize, but you'll get some type of recognition for that. So we do want to check you in when you're here. Our front desk is going to have the option to check you in. We're going to have an iPad at the front desk where if somebody at our front desk is not working, then, or they're assisting another member or something like that, you could just type your name in and boom, done. Or the coach is also going to follow up with the class that's there to be able to check everybody in. I'll give you a real scenario. We want to make you feel safe, right? I was training one of our front desk team members, and I was explaining why this was going to happen. And they said, hey, why would this happen? And somebody walked in, and I was like, hey, good morning. How you doing? Hi. They walked in. I looked over at them, and I said, you know who that is? And they said, no. And I said, are they supposed to be here? And she said, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, that's why. That's exactly why we need to make sure that you're actually being checked in when you're here. Whether it's people going online and signing up for a 7-day pass or getting a Groupon or you're bringing a friend. Dude, ain't nobody showing up here that's not supposed to be here. We're just trying to make sure that the whole environment is safe for you. Safety is a big priority for us, not only from fixing that floor that took way too long, or just the environment in general. That's what we're trying to do. So as great as WODify is and tracking and all that, we want to make sure that there's integrity to the class caps, that they're not filling up and then half being reserved, or that there's no integrity to overfilling. Unfortunately, if it's capped at 20 people and 22 people show up, we're going to have to put a cap, and we're going to have to be like, hey, dude, you can either wait for the next one or see if somebody unreserves this class. The $5 is to hopefully never have to charge anybody $5. It's just, you have to do that. And then that 3-point touch-in system or check-in system does not inconvenience you at all. You literally have to do 0 things. I'm communicating a system with you that we are going to try to do to make sure that the people are here, the people that are supposed to be here, just to make sure you're safe, right? I mean, we started thinking like, what if we do a kids program and, the ex-husband or wife shows up to pick up a child and we're just like, okay, see you later. Like, is that the parent they're supposed to leave with? Like, so this is going to solve all that, right? I want you to know that we're here for you and we're trying to make you safe. And there's that. If you got any questions, comment them below, and we will answer them right away.
And one thing I want you guys to do whenever you guys are setting up your WODify account, I'm still getting to know you guys. Some of the front desk people might still be getting to know you guys as well, or you might come at a different time. The front desk person doesn't even know who the heck you are. On your WODify, please, please, please add your picture in there, like a face shot, whatever you have that's something that looks like you. I have to change mine because mine was once Morgan Freeman, just because my last name is Morgan Freeland. So just have it set up so that it's not like a face shot of you, so we know who you are, what you look like, and especially me. I'm still getting to know some of you guys and know faces and know names. So please do that whenever you guys set up your WODify accounts.
Yeah, to be fair on that, or not to be fair, to piggyback on that, that's going to be a real thing. So you can choose to make you can even do this right now on Zen Planner, is that you cannot have your name show. Some people just don't want to have their name show, and it just says member attending the class. I don't care. We can see it on our end. And same thing with your picture. If you want to keep your picture private for whatever reason, that's okay, you can, but we can see it on our end. And if you don't upload a picture, then we're going to take your picture, and we're going to have a webcam up front, and we'll take your picture to upload it privately so we can see it. Because just to ensure the whole safety thing, right? To make sure that somebody's not using a false account, or you didn't, nobody's doing it right now, but what if somebody just did, hey, I'm so-and-so, and you go check in. That's a real thing. If you only come at 7:30 at night, and we start putting front desk team members at 5 in the morning, and then you show up at 5, how are they supposed to know you? So it's to keep everybody safe, and everybody knows what's going on, and everybody's here that's supposed to be here. If you got any questions, comment below. But here, see if you can think of anything to talk about. I'm going to recap what we talked about at the beginning, so if you're tuning in late. What we talked about in the beginning, we are going to do this show not every Friday, the last Friday of every month, right? Our goal is to have a whole bunch of team members here. Like we said in the beginning of the video, our ladies couldn't make it today. It's Mitchell and Matt's man hour. That's what we're doing, all right? But we want to have each person kind of be able to give talking points. I'd like to roll this into more of a podcast format where we have better audio. You can listen to it, at your desk or whatever. A lot of our members don't have Facebook or don't check it that often, so we want to be able to communicate with you more. It would be things like the first thing I went over was Amped in the Park. I shouldn't really be the one talking about that. Amber should be the one talking about that. As far as logistics go, I probably shouldn't be the one talking about that. Ashley should be talking about that. Matt's covered a lot of the training. So it would be neat to have everybody here that runs these departments talk to their points. And that's what we want to do moving forward. All right?
So the cool thing is too, with WODify, guys, we're making it simpler for you guys from every aspect, not just from logging in to seeing the workouts, to logging workouts, to no longer having to track workouts in a notebook, to see weights that you've lifted in the past, just so it's simpler for you guys. Instead of being like, hey coach, what did I do yet last week? We might know, we might have forgotten, but it makes it easier on you guys, and that's what we're trying to do. Make the whole process from the moment you walk in the door to the moment you step onto this floor to the moment that you leave. It's simple, all right? It's all in one app instead of this guessing game and like this, oh, I logged in the Zen Planner, but cool, that's all you were able to do and see the workout. That was it, all right? Now we're gonna take that a step further. You're gonna be able to track everything, see everything, and it's gonna be super simple from the moment you walk in to the moment you leave.
Yeah, dude, I love it. Sweet, man. If you guys have any questions, follow up. I'm super excited about it. You'll get more information about it. You'll get a weekly update email. We'll be talking about it in all the classes. We're going to give you plenty of time to get all merged over. We're still kind of learning it too, but I just know that it's going to be better. I consulted a lot of people, like other gyms, people on multiple gyms, just talking about, hey, what can you do with this? Why would it be better? Like, tell me what you can do. And the feedback is awesome. So there's that.
Any questions? Anybody?
I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. All right, so you got 30 seconds, comment your questions, we'll answer them below. Don't forget.
Let's see if any questions are on the actual app.
Yeah. We got Amped in the Park, August 15th. That sucker's amazing. Bring everybody you know, everybody you don't know. We're gonna have a fitness party. We're gonna have all this stuff for your kids and you, and we're giving away a bunch of stuff. And we got water, bananas. I think we're doing like a bounce house thingy or something. I don't know. We're doing something. I don't know if it's the bounce house. It's something. We're doing something. And there's that. There's what else we talk about? All the different WODify apps. Check out another survey coming on schedule and music because we are trying to get a vibe for what schedule changes.
Cash up.
Yeah, we can have a Kesha class.
Yes.
So, all right, man. Well, rewind it if you got any questions. We are going to try to recycle this video. If we can't recycle this video on something like a YouTube or whatever, because I think you can download it, then we definitely want to move more into that podcast format like I talked about moving forward. It'll still be live on the Facebook too, though. But I'll see you guys tonight if you didn't come this morning.
And before we go, tomorrow, I will officially have been here a month. I just want to say thank you for everyone for welcoming with open arms. It's been a pleasure. I'm super excited to be a part of the team. I hope you guys have gotten a little bit better while I've been here. I'm not going anywhere, but I hope I've helped everyone out at least a little bit. So that's it.
You've been
A month. Officially tomorrow.
Is that from start date or like your Saturday interview thing?
Start date. July 1st is my first day.
Oh, look at that. Dude, oh my God. We have done 3 years worth of work.
In a month.
In a month.
Yep.
What is 6 months going to be like? I know everybody's complaining about 2020, but I'm fired up for 2020.
I'm ready.
What are we going to do? That's so cool. What are we going to do by the end of the year? This is going to be
It's going to be fun.
nuts. Can't log into Zen. We'll be able to reactivate info before moving to WODify. Yeah, so if you can't log into your Zen Planner account is still active. Like everything is still living through there. Like I said, probably through probably till September or something like that, like September 1st. But you won't need it if for whatever reason you need to log in there. Like let's say you have something saved or you want to see something. All your account information is still active on Zen Planner. Just email Ashley at v-strongside.com. Everybody's email is at v-strongside.com. So Ashley, she'll get you set up. Maybe because I know it like crashed the other day and some people need to get password resets. Just email her and she'll shoot you a password reset and then you'll be good. Normally that wouldn't be the case. You could just do the password reset, but when it crashed the other day, something happened. I hate giving you another job to do for the solution, but yeah.
Anyone else have any questions?
Bueller.
It's the end of the month. It's Friday.
Yeah, dude. All right, man.
All right.
Well, let's rock and roll. I hope you have a great Friday.
Bye, guys.